I am Cindy Pearce, and I have a book published by Boomer Author Publishing Company called My ABC Book. I'm from Birmingham, Alabama, and this is my first book. My background is actually in accounting. I have a computer software company and work with software, but always loved creative writing, loved short stories and reading books. Could not be found anywhere without a book in my hand. Had to be told to put my book down when I came to dinner. So have always had a love for English, and when I was taking my computer classes and accounting classes, always took extra English classes as well, just to constantly be involved in the literary world. So once I had children and found children's books, I just love rhyming. I love short stories. I love poems, anything that was nursery rhymes, anything that had to do with children. So when I had children, I started just writing some rhyming stories, kind of playing with words and language. And really the first 4 I wrote came during that time when I had small children. So I think part of the interest in children's books that just hit me was because I'm the oldest of 7, and I have 4 siblings that are 8 years younger than me to 15 years younger than me. So I took care of children a lot. I babysat also. So I was with children a lot, and I just kind of loved collecting children's books, had favorite children's books, just ended up with kind of a large repertoire of children's books and authors that I liked. So on the ABC series, typically what I do is come up with all of the words first that start with the different letters, and then I just start working with sentences, putting those together and getting them to rhyme. On my other series, where it's more of a story form but still rhyming, again, just kind of write words. A lot of times I won't even write, I'll just think about what lines can be, and then come back. Lots of scribbles, lots of notes. Sometimes I'll just write every word I can think of that rhymes with the word and see if anything else will fit. So just kind of playing with words. So we've laughed about that with the ABC book because there's not really a main character per se. So it's just kind of been more of the illustrations than the story part of it. But in the other books, for me, it was a lot about those books have a lot to do with firsts, like the first time someone does something. So those are a lot about a character being sort of not necessarily afraid to do something, but just hasn't done it before, and the experience of learning to do something for the first time. And so that is seen through those 4 books and in the characters of just learning to do something new. In writing the first 4 stories, I know I'm kind of crossing the series here, but in writing the first 4 stories, because I tried to get it published for so long, frustration of just, I'd put them up and then try again, and kind of almost just given up with trying to do it. So that whole thing of being persistent and coming back to it and trying again. With the ABC book, I would say the challenge now is honestly the whole involvement of self-publishing, because that gives you a whole nother option that I didn't have before. And so then the challenge is which way works best for you. And I think for different reasons, each option could work better for different people. So just kind of working through that challenge of which direction to go. Right, so same thing with that. I think on the series books, that thing of the first time you do something or being afraid to do something and trying it again, and the excitement or pride that comes from being able to finish that task or that adventure or whatever that activity is. So I think that's a great you know thing to be able to tell children, try it again, you can do it, you know, do it the first time by yourself, being sort of independent and being able to conquer a fear, or not even a fear, just being able to do something new that you haven't done before. On the ABC books, I think the theme is just kind of fun, like not just what is the letter for and the word for, but the rhyming part for me just makes it fun. Rhymes sound happy and they have a cadence sort of to them, and it's almost like a song. My husband and I have laughed because we'll hear a song on the radio or a country song or whatever, and we're like, see, those two words don't even rhyme, but it almost sounds like they rhyme, and it's important in song too. So I think the whole rhyming thing for me just makes it so much more fun. Yes, and this is a small one. I would say that the input from them, and my experience is probably different than some authors will be, because it's a children's book, and especially an ABC book. There's not that many paragraphs. It's not that much writing. So what's been interesting for me is because of the experience of the people at Boomer Author is just little ideas that they had that to me were like, oh, I never thought of that. What a great difference. One of them, just as a for instance, is I have a zebra in the book, and when we did the back of the book, typically if it's a novel or something, there's a good paragraph about what the book's about. Well, that's a little tricky to come up with when it's an ABC book and there's no plot and there's really no characters. So it was like, oh, what do I do here? And they actually suggested that the zebra that's in the book be the one to say a rhyme on the back of the book, and it just turned out so cute. But just things that additional creativity that I may not have thought about has been very helpful. For me, just the involvement on the illustration part, on the collaboration of, you know, each part of the book, and as we walk through the steps, being able to discuss with them what was going to happen next, and those parts has been helpful. So the event that we've had so far with this book was reading to 2 different age groups at a daycare. The first one was 2-year-olds, so that was very interesting with their attention span, but they actually did very well, and it was fun because there was just enough sounds of animals and things that they recognized that it was a lot of fun. And then we had more children for the 4-year-old class, and they were very talkative, so there was a lot of interaction, but it was a lot of fun. And I think as I looked at their faces and the pictures and the things that they saw in the different pictures, that even beyond whatever the word was, when they noticed a frog or something else in the picture that had to do with the story, they're so intent, like picking out things that they saw in the book. And so for me, that was you know, very nice to have them recognize things that were in the book. Yeah, so I mean, even for me, the size of the book is bigger than I think what we thought on video and getting it in your hands. It's just bigger, which is just nice. The pictures are bigger. It means everybody can see everything better. But everyone so far that has touched it is just like, it's just so well done. The pictures are amazing. The product, the paper that it's on, the heaviness of the book, the size of the book, it's just an excellent product. Awesome. I think for me, the life lesson out of this has been to not give up, because you can write things and you can have a notebook full of them or a computer drive full of them, or whatever your means of writing is, and if you get frustrated, you can just stop trying. And so I would say that the never give up mantra has to be applied here, because you can't give up. If you really want to see that come to a result, then you have to keep trying. Yep, so we have an event tomorrow. It's first book launch for this book, my ABC book. It's here in Alabaster in our barn, and we're having a fall festival with children's activities and crafts and a book reading and book signing, and so that is going to be a lot of fun and a very new experience. And then as far as plans, so already coming soon, we have a follow-up book to this that is about beach words, and then I also have a series of 4 books about the seasons that are, as I was saying, about different experiences that children have during those seasons. So I'm really looking forward to having those done as well. Bye!